Hi everyone. In this short video, I want to talk about announcements. So let's go ahead and get started by changing a few settings that I highly recommend changing before you post announcements. So to do that, you're going to want to go ahead and go up to this little wheel up here. Hit that. That would be your settings section. In here, you can also change the name of your class, the description, rooms, things of that nature. You can also generate a new class code should you need to. You probably won't have to, but if you did need to reset it for any reason, that's there. Now, this is where things get important in terms of the announcements, which Google calls the stream. Here, I recommend changing it so that only teachers can post. However, I do not mind having students comment. I just don't like having students post in the announcements because, well, depending on the grade level and the students that you have, they may start posting things that have nothing to do with class content, and it's really a personal preference. But I prefer to have them comment so they can ask questions in the announcements and I can respond back to them. But I don't want them to post their own announcements in the stream. So I go ahead and change that to students can only comment. Now, in the notification section, that is, it's classwork on the stream. It's if you want to show the attachments and details, condensed notifications, which don't have the attachments or details, or if you want to hide notifications. Personally, I like to get them. I leave show condensed notifications on the stream. Again, personal preference. Deleted items, only teachers can view deleted items. You can change that. I don't see why you would necessarily, but again, it's up to you. This is also where you would generate your Google Meet code. Now, let me go back really quickly and show you that because that is important for you to see where that would show up. So if you remember, let's go ahead and save that. If you remember on that first page, there is not only the class code up here, there is a generate Meet link section here as well. So if you click that, you can do it from here, generate a Meet link, and Meet is basically the Google Suite version of Zoom, and I will discuss this further later, but you can generate that here. Again, I only do that if I only click that and have the link generated right there, and I'll show you what it looks like if I'm just about to start a meeting with students. Otherwise, so if you hit generate Meet link, now I tend to keep the same one all the time and just turn off on and off whether or not it's visible. But you don't want that visible to students if it's not time for them to log in. Otherwise, they get confused, or some students get confused because there's nothing there. But when it is visible, so let's say we save it, you'll see that the icon changes right here. There's a little camera and the link is here. They click that, they go to Google Meet. Now you can click this as well. It shows up here. But again, like I said, I will go into that a little bit more later. For now, let's go back to the settings, and I'm going to make this not visible to students. And you'll see on the front page here now that there's a mark through the eye. And this will just stay here until I decide to actually use that particular Google Meet link. Okay, now back to the announcements. Let's double check and make sure we've got everything else changed here. We'll go back to grading later. Okay, we've got students can only comment. Again, that's up to you, but it looks like everything's there. Now, what I tend to do, I do like to have the upcoming list here on the left-hand side. I do not like things to get too cluttered on the front page of my class. I like to have only announcements. So I change it so that the coursework is not showing up there because I don't want to have too much there. So I'm going to give you a quick example of what I mean when I say that by going back into the archived classes and going to my class from last term here. Okay, so in my class, I've got a number of different announcements here, and and you can see that there were some student comments on them, all sorts of things like that. Here's a good example of one right here. This is when I posted a new video to YouTube to help with a particular math problem, and you can link that here. So all they have to do is click it, and they can actually watch the video from inside Google Classroom. So that's the really nice thing here. Let me go ahead and show you how to do that. Let's go back to the new class. And let's start a new announcement. You just click that link right up there at the top. I want it to be visible to all students, and I want it from this particular class. Say, hi, everyone. Let's say, check out my new video. Now hit add. Now, here's where you have some options. Google Drive, which is something we'll discuss a little bit further, is where you can find any number of things. Let's say you wanted to add an assignment, a Google Slides assignment, something along those lines that will be in your Google Drive. You'll click this and you'll be able to add from there, and I'll show you how to do that. You can also add links, other files that you upload from your computer, and YouTube videos. Now, I'm talking about YouTube, so let's click that. Now, you can type in you can actually search, or you can type in the URL, and actually either way this works. Let's go ahead and take my most recent video, which was the last one for you guys. We'll copy that link, bring it back over to the class, type it in right here. There it is. Hit add. It's going to show up as this little link right here. Now when I post this, and you have some options. You can schedule the post, which means that it will not post right now. It'll post later. We could schedule it, say, for Monday morning, 8 o'clock. This will not be visible to students until Monday morning at 8 o'clock. And you can see that on your end, this is what you'll see. On their end, they don't see anything. On your end, you will see saved announcements right here at the top. Now, let's say you decide that you want that to post earlier. You can go back into it, and you can change it. Hit this little X, get rid of the scheduled time, and just post it immediately. Students will see the post in their streams immediately. Post. It's right there. And like I said, all they have to do with this announcement is click on this video, and they can watch the video directly from in the announcement. So that's really useful if there's something you want them to see right away. I did that occasionally with images, things like that, and I'm also going to go ahead and get rid of it because I don't really need that one there. But that's also how you can delete an announcement if you'd like. So if you want to have your upcoming work show up in this section, all you have to do is start adding assignments here and scheduling them. That is something that I will go into in the next video, but be aware that that's something you will see here, and I'll show you what that looks like so you can get an idea. If you have any other questions on posting announcements, it's something that I'll return to, but this is just a quick video on getting you started there. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay.